Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, James S. Cassidy, here for another What's in the Sock podcast. Joining me now is Steve.
It's LKNMJH, also known as Steve.
I'm Bluestarsaber, once again returning for another podcast.
So, guys, what's in the sock?
Nothing much.
Well, only the fact that the end of the world has just happened in Naruto.
Oh, okay. We'll get back to the Naruto stuff. Yeah. I wanted to play what's in the sock.
I have no idea what the sock is.
Suck it to you.
Well, my birthday's in an hour.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Shall we sing the birthday song?
It's an hour early, but okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Bluestarsaber.
And we're so fucking out of tune.
Yep.
Now in Italian, Tanti agore ate, Tanti agore ate. Now in Spanish, cumpleaños feliz. Now in German, get back to work. Alright, so, well, happy birthday, Blue Star.
Thanks.
We're gonna give you candles for your birthday.
But aren't you guys like on the other side of the world?
There'll be virtual candles.
Okay. Yeah, close enough.
Just pretend a naked soccer pops out of your cake.
Nosebleed.
That's a loud nosebleed.
Wouldn't you do the same? Wouldn't you do the same amount of nosebleeding if you had a naked soccer in front of you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It'd be worse, wouldn't it?
Well,
Maybe.
let me put it this way. This shirt used to be white.
So, as bad as Sanji when he gets a nosebleed, then.
Yes. Sanji with a Brooklyn accent. Nubby bitty. Oh, well. So, where are we at? Chapter 667? Or
Yeah.
677?
Yeah, 677.
Infinite Tsukiyomi?
Yep.
I know we spell Tsukiyomi wrong.
Not to mention, this is the second time we've had a repeat on the naming of the chapter. Last time it was Sasuke's Rinnegan.
Yeah.
674, Sasuke's Rinnegan. 675, Sasuke's Rinnegan. 676, The Infinite Dream. 677, Infinite Tsukuyomi. Yeah, they're spelled differently, but there still has Infinite and Tsukuyomi. Which
Yeah,
is somehow true.
You also forgot to include the chapters that came after the cursed 615. Whirling and Enduring. You know, we got two of those chapters named that.
677, Infinite Tsukiyomi, Part 2.
Alright.
Sure.
So, we open up with the Rinnegan Tomoe thing on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty funny. I was joking about this one. Who could imagine Sailor Moon coming out going, "Hey, who did this?" And then she walks down on a beam of light right up to Madara and says, "Did you do this?" Oh, come on. You know, in the name of the moon, I'm gonna bitch slap you unless you pull that stuff off.
Yeah.
Ugh, kids. The little funny thing is, she probably could do it too. She is probably one of the most powerful anime characters.
Debatable,
Well, I've yet
but
to
yes.
I've yet to see Sailor Moon, so I cannot really comment.
You have no childhood.
Yeah.
I've had Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's see, Digimon. Let's see, Shaman King, Naruto, and Bobo as animes for childhood.
And
Well, okay.
me and Steve would watch Sailor Moon because it was like porn to us. Just seeing her change like that.
Especially on Fox Kids, too.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they never really showed Sailor Moon because I think Toonami was cut from UK channels very early on in my child, and when I was like 7 or to 10, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Whatevs.
So we got the giant wooden statue, whatever the hell it is, flopping to the ground while everything starts vibrating. And the old man's like, "What is this? Everything is... I need glasses!" So then we get to the swirly face, man. I call this Toby. I mean, I called this entity Toby.
okay.
So
Usually people call it Spiral Zetsu.
I know, but Toby is easier to say.
Okay.
So Toby, also known as Spiral Zetsu, says, "It's finally started. I'm finished here." I don't know why he talks with a British accent, but we'll go with it.
Okay.
So, blah blah blah. Then
He starts peeling away, revealing an ear.
yeah,
But actually, technically, it's still broken for when Getsu blasted it with his double water gun technique.
which is pretty funny,
Yeah.
by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so everything continues to vibrate, and then we got that's Raikage, right?
Yeah.
Right, and he says, "What? At 4 o'clock meteorites." Now, when I first read this panel, I thought he meant like it's actually 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, "So we're in the next day? Yay!" But no, he's meaning directional. I was like, "God damn it!" Still no clocks.
Mm-hmm.
And so meteorites come raining down, and we get a couple reaction shots.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Choji points out the obvious. This isn't normal.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Actually consider what kind of world these people are in, where they can create like energy in their hands and stuff like that, a la Dragon Ball Z. I guess this would seem pretty unnormal.
Well, to be fair, the first character ever introduced in the world of Naruto was a demon fox that could crush mountains and cause tsunamis.
Ari.
Tsunami, tidal waves and that. I'm trying to, Kurama.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we finally got Shikamaru notice something after, what, 20 minutes? The chakra Naruto gave everybody vanished, and that huge tree also disappeared. You just now noticed Naruto's chakra disappeared? Really?
Well, to be fair, we haven't seen him since 632. I mean, 662.
Yeah.
And so even he points out the obvious. It's certain that something big is going on there. Something not good, probably.
Not. Uh-oh. Definitely an oracle. Uh-oh.
And then, after a few more meteorites are causing shakes with random shinobi feeling it, we get a panel of Kiba.
I see the moon there, Holiday.
And then Shino questioning what's happening, and Kiba tells him, "Shino, the moon! Look at the moon!"
Okay, what about the pretty, shiny?
Yep.
Then the next panel is Tsunade and the third Hokage, wondering
Could
if
this be? This is terrible.
And to quote TV tropes, and that is terrible.
Next, we have a panel of the moon with Madara's Genjutsu, then another moon with Madara's Genjutsu, this time with Sasuke's Sasuno, and then another panel of Sasuke still with his Rinnegan saying, "This is bad," then him flying down, passing some rocks, then we have Naruto about to, prepare the page.
About to show his slap chop technique.
Sorry, the page
Yep.
is taking this long to me to load.
Yep. He's about to show his slap trap technique. Nah, but in reality, he's preparing the Biju Bomb Rasen Shurikens. 6
And-
of them.
Yeah. Telling, let's see, Kakashi and Sakura to stay next to him. So with Sakura responding. And he just says, I must be careful not to hit Sasuke. Hello, I bet, James, you secretly hope one of those hit Sasuke. I bet you did wish one of those did.
Nah, I'm not that lucky.
And
Well,
then I think,
he didn't deny it, so...
then
What?
I think we have it.
What?
Then I think we.
Even if one hit Sasuke, it wouldn't do anything. It'd just be like, well, that was mildly inconvenient, and then just keep going downward. It's like that cellophane S that Superman just rips off his chest and throws at the bag guy. Sure stopped
Anyway.
you. Yeah. I can't.
Anyway.
So you guys are gonna have to narrate this one.
Well, and then the next page, double page, by the way, we have the effects of. We can see the full scale results of when Naruto uses this jutsu, causing 6 massive explosions.
Yep.
I'm surprised no one I wonder if anyone complained about this, because people keep going on about how Naruto is becoming more like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z. Although, to be fair, I have yet to see one character destroy the moon yet.
What are you talking about? This is a Dragon Ball Z. They don't take 5 minutes to scream before they power up. It's not like they have to scream 9,000 times before they like give one punch away. Well, it's true.
Well, you know, some people say Naruto has become too much like Dragon Ball Z in terms of power scales.
No. Not even close.
Not by a long shot, no.
I mean, it's massive for what for the characters in the show, but for Dragon Ball Z, Krillin could do this shit.
And I take it this is when he's in his weakest form.
No,
whatever.
his strongest.
Oh, stronger.
In his weakest
wait.
form, he's in Hinata.
Oh. Alright, Krillin's the bald dude, isn't he? The short bald dude, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Not
Not
sorry,
bald, shaved.
I haven't seen the manga. I haven't read that manga since around 140 chapters. That's how far I got into Dragon Ball. Been meaning to read it again, and along with Soul Eater, but that's enough.
Lock the Dragon Ball Z.
Then it says, Sasuke, don't come. Then Naruto says, Sasuke, don't come down all of a sudden. The resting Shinigans will hit you too. But he goes down, causes a little earthquake. And then in a nostalgia argument, Naruto says, hey, don't be so loud when you land. And Sasuke goes, shut up, don't move. Classic Naruto complaining at Sasuke with Sasuke telling him to shut up.
Hey, don't be so loud when you land. What the fuck does that mean?
It's just those two being. It's
Like, was that necessary?
probably not, but I think it's probably just a bit of nostalgia of those two arguing as always.
So then we get.
You know.
A random girl with a scroll. Yeah, I know it's 1010. Shut up. So we get 1010 with a scroll. She trips and falls, a la Hinata style, and the scroll like falls open to show that she's actually integrated the Sage of Six Paths tools into her scrolls.
The gourd and the pot, I think.
Yeah, and she has the fan too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I wonder if she's planning on trying to get all the tools, because 2 of the tools are trapped in the gourd. I think one of the tools. I think the rope is stuck in the gourd. I'm not sure what happened to the sword.
Yeah.
I wonder if Daru still has it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, great.
Lightning.
She's going after the tools. Who he gets is going after 7 swords.
Let's see. Anyway, when we have a next panel of a close-up of 1010 saying, with these ninja tools, I could seal the enemy in an instant, but I need someone from the Cloud Village to know how to use them or something like that. Now, this makes me wonder, if 1010 does use those tools, do you think it will only be a temporary effect on Madara? If they just bury him, and someone sometime later could redig the thing and release him, blah blah blah, or do you think Madara will just somehow escape? Or do you think if it does...
I think it's more of not sealing Madara himself in it, but sealing some of his power in it.
Ah. I see.
More than likely, yes. So,
And then we get this funny scene of his headpiece just falling from the sky and landing right in front of 1010. And I was like, this is the second time this guy has dropped something that's probably going to lead to his downfall.
Although this makes although it's kind of curious that 1010 has finally gotten this major important role. I mean, she's had moments, but they've sadly all been skipped. With her fight with Tamari, her fight with...
What?
Her fight with herself.
Wait. You mean Hinata is not the one using these tools? Oh, man. I'm just saying, but how important Hinata is to this plot, you think it'd be her using these tools? Since she is the reincarnation of Kaguya and stuff like that, she should be perfect for the one to use these tools.
Well, given the fact that 1010 is the only real Kunoichi we know who's a weapons specialist in all kinds, I suppose it would
okay.
I suppose it would make more sense she would get the tools, but anyway.
Fun stuff.
Let's see, 1010's all of 1010's fights have been...
Let's see what she kind of thought she has for bed.
I think all of 1010's fights have been skipped, except for the time when her team went up against Kizame, the fake Kizame.
Okay.
Let's see.
If it's go on, we're gonna go forward.
Well, I forgot to mention, she also destroyed a mask, one of Kazu's masks.
Ooh, 1010?
Yeah, she destroyed one of Kazu's masks. When Asuma and was battling Team 10, it showed a panel of one of the lightning mask being destroyed. Apparently, that was 1010 using the wind move from the fan. Because she talks about this fan is amazing.
Okay.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Of course I do. But for those listening that don't know, wink, 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 why don't you explain it to them?
Okay, well, during the battle, after when King Kaku and Ginkaku got sealed, the Gold and Silver Brothers. By the way, they're probably still in the gourd.
Oh, God.
And the pot. But anyway, let's see. One of them dropped the fan. 1010 picked it up. She then used it on the lightning mask of Kazu.
Okay.
And then sometime later we see her depleted because she used the fan too much. Whether or not she used it on Zetsu's or other masks is not known. Well, technically the anime made her take out another mask, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Anyway, next panel we have Madara say, "We finally become one!"
In one of the most evilest, hammiest, goofiest fashion ever.
What? Although Kaguya's creepy smile and face is creepy.
Yes. Next page we have...
Here's Madara! You were like the buzzing of flies to him!
Are you Dracula now?
No, that was from Ghostbusters 2. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, next panel. Let's see, panel below. We have a sort of glimpse of the world, the moon with the eye, and a sort of image vision thing of Kagura smiling. Which, by the way, I'd like to point out that Chate was right, that Madara and Kagura would have some sort of connection.
Does this make Kaguya evil?
Yes, I believe. She's the first female to be evil since Kon, although she sort of changed sides.
Conan.
Yeah, Conan. That's what I meant, sorry, my bad.
Conan.
Technically, the Naruto universe only really had like 5 evil bad girls. First, there was that he took 12 girls that could be considered antagonists. Well, first, there was one of the 3 sound ninjas on Dosu's team, you know, the ones that went to fight Sakura and trying to kill Sasuke. That was defeated by Shikamaru. Then we have Tamari, yes. Tamari, who was a bad guy. Well, the Sand Village was originally bad guys until the invasion of Konoha failed. Then we have Taiura, one of the Sound Four. Then Conan. And now we have Kagura, who happens to be the most powerful character being in the universe. Well, in the Naruto universe.
Yeah.
Who says Mr. Kishimoto is sexist?
Actually, this leads me to question about something.
What's that?
How did they free themselves from the Tsukiyomi before?
I'm not entirely sure, although...
Because it is implied that Kaguya actually went with the Tsukiyomi originally, and somehow they managed to get themselves out of it, so...
Well, we're bound to find out.
No, we might get
later.
We might get the story from the sage's sibling, because we still have yet to learn more about him.
Maybe this whole thing is the Tsukiyomi. This entire thing.
What, the entire series?
Yeah. It's like the Matrix, where the first one was the Sage's Six Pass, and then he predicted himself coming back. And then Naruto is the new one. He's Neo. Whoa!
Well, technically,
I know Kung Fu. Whoa!
Technically, he's Ashura. Well, actually, his past life was Ashura. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
Well, whatevs. In the next page, we got solar flare happening from the moon as everyone gets hypnotized. Oh, look, Sai has a Rinnegan now.
Haku's forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Hashiyama. Oh, and Orochimaru. And possibly Taka. Well, for those who wanted Taka to rejoin Sasuke, I will be disappointed.
And Kabuto still with his wang out. What? It looks like it's out.
And we also have a quick... And we also see Tobirama saying what's going on and realizing that Madara's eye technique has happened. And just
to fix something, Hashirama never got hypnotized. You said Hashirama got hypnotized. He never did.
Oh, did I? Did I say? Oh, sorry, my bad. I think I meant to say Hashirama's next to Sai.
We'll just say this: none of the Edo Tensei can be affected for some reason. And there's many theories on why that is. Some people believe because technically they are a jutsu, and you can't affect a jutsu with a jutsu. So
that and they're dead.
Yeah.
Although jutsu can affect other... Well, jutsu is always affected by other jutsu. I mean, the elemental ones, for example, they always have, like, one element stronger than them, or weakness.
Pretty much. So then Tobirama starts providing exposition that has Madara's technique already started?
And we get Killer Bee alive! Yay!
Should probably piss off some people that say that more characters in Naruto need to die.
Yeah, to be fair. Well, I mean, at least we know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if he's hypnotized, though. All we get is a ... I
mean, that would be pretty funny if the sunglasses could protect him.
I think it would more be like the Eight-Tails tentacle that's protecting him, but anyway.
It's definitely the sunglasses.
Anyway. As I was saying, people seem to get really annoyed that lately not many characters in Naruto have been dying, although to be fair, Naruto has killed more good guy characters than the other big 3 put together.
Yeah, Or
Yeah.
that, or the other series like do kill the main characters, but end up bringing them back to life somehow in some way.
Yeah, that's Dragon Ball. In fact, nearly every good guy character keeps coming back to life, right?
It's Marvel all over again. So how many times have you died, Cyclops? Oh, about 3. My 3rd time coming back. Anyway, but yeah, we got Killer Bee alive. Yay! So again, it's just showing everybody getting hypnotized.
Yeah.
Let's see, the next panel is Guy, Gara, and Lee. And I'm curious, is Gara got his eyes closed, or... I don't know. Or do you think he just did not have enough room to draw the Rinnegan eyes in him?
Just not enough room to color in the eyes.
Yeah. Then we go back to the daimyo's building. Seems they're all asleep, and one of their servants is trying to say they're in trouble. They're waking up, and he's trying to say that it's something that it should be night, but it's day. But it looks like it's daytime. Then suddenly the servant gets the Rinnegan. Then the daimyo's. Then it goes to an unknown village where I believe a father and his child, or is that a wife? I'm not sure. It's probably a child. But sure.
It's his child.
Yeah, it's a child. And some cats. Love those cats.
I think the bigger question is, was all this necessary? Do we really need to see those particular panels?
Well, I believe so. It's to show how everyone's being affected. And also, it's pretty well drawn, if you ask me. These panels are pretty well drawn.
Although this just leaves a big question. What about the blind people? They can't be affected.
Or the bugs. Or the fish. Are they affected?
No, every animal is affected. Every living being is affected. But just what about the blind people? All of a sudden they're going to hear nothing. Except maybe for the wind or water.
Hello? Is anybody here? Yellow? Yellow?
Or, thanks to Madara proving otherwise, he can use eye techniques without any eyes.
That's it.
So he'll just implant the eyes in the blind people. I can see! I can...
Anyway, next panel says...
We got Madara here saying, "This light can even shine through the darkest of shadows. You cannot hide, and Shinjukai Kotan."
God birth of the Sea of Trees! And then we have 5 random shinobi from each of the 5 nations wearing shinobi headbands. Let's see, going...
And then we get Madara into S&M.
S&M?
Slave and Master. Because he ties everybody up.
Oh yeah, he starts to activate this wood-style jutsu. Then next panel we have the Misukage being wrapped up. Then we have Kibo, Shino, and Ino. Then Tsunade, and the third's trying to pull it off, I think, saying what's happening. Then Shikamaru and Choji, and then I think a Hyuga next to them, probably Hinata, which brings me to the next bit. Now we have Hinata with the Rinnegan. And here's the next bit, the most controversial moment in the entire chapter. Hinata going, "I can't move." She's slowly being wrapped up, covering her entire body. And then the next words, "Naruto-kun." And then we have Naruto reacting to what's going on outside, which has sadly been mistaken as Naruto.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. If you're wondering what that sound is, that's my head beating against my table at the reactions that we have gotten from this goddamn chapter.
But we'll be discussing those later on. Anyway, as Naruto makes a move to go outside, Sasuke grabs his arm and says, "No, Naruto, don't. My Susanoo's the only, Susanoo's blocking all the light as Black Zetsu here provides some exposition that Susanoo's blocking the light. I see. His Rinnegan's able to repel this jutsu as well."
Well, technically, the only genjutsu that works on a Rinnegan is sound genjutsu, which we saw with the sage frogs. Now that reminds me, you think all the frogs, the big ones and the small ones, are trapped in the genjutsu as well?
No, because they're in another dimension, aren't they?
I don't know. I think they might be from another land, another world, but I think they might just be from another country. I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? For all we know, that the three animal trinity areas might have something that repels this genjutsu, because they're like the oldest summoning areas. I mean, the frog that predicted the child of prophecy is about 1,000 years old.
And still can't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fucking vague! You're gonna face against a man with powerful eyes. Yeah, that's about 3 of them. Which one? Oh, I know that already. That could be applied to, like, at least 5 of these motherfuckers.
Yep.
Let's see, Itachi, Sasuke, Obito, Madara, who else? Nagato. Although not technically Nagato, because, well, technically Nagato, but he only heard the prophecy after he beat Nagato, but anyway, that's a mute point.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get Sasuke covering everybody with his Susanoo and says, this will protect you from, this will protect you from the Rinnegan and repel the jutsu and blah. And I could just see Sasuke just wrapping his whole, which I got a picture of and I put it on the forum, which is just Sasuke wrapping himself around Naruto, squeezing his cheek against his and going, the world's too dangerous out there, Naruto. I have to protect you.
Well, James, look at this. We finally have a reason why Sasuke needs to be in the war. To keep his team from being trapped in... To keep his team from being trapped in genjutsu, although you're still probably considered...
We have to make Sasuke relevant somehow, so we're just gonna... Susanoo's never been known to block jutsus before, but I guess here we go. This genjutsus before, or whatever.
And isn't it considered the ultimate defense?
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So then he provides some more exposition, saying, listen, Madara's shadows are also outside. If they kill the 2 of us, everyth's over. Wait for a chance. What?
Why? Now, come to think of it, I need to comment that Sakura still has her seal activated. How long do you think that released seal's gonna remain? Because eventually Tsunade's wore off and it disappeared for a while.
Well, it only wore off when she became exhausted, so until Sakura becomes exhausted, it's probably gonna stay.
More than likely.
Anyway, next panel is Hashiyama again, and now Sai has been wrapped, mummified in a cocoon, and he cut and Hashiyama. Anyway, Hashiyama comments that this is wood jutsu and how he's tying people up using their vital energy, using the vital energy of the holy tree. And then the second Hokage saying, "Why doesn't it work on me?" Then we have Spiral Zetsu, or Toby as you like to refer him, start to release the man who's inside him, turning out to be...
We all know who this man is, but for the sake of revealing it while we're reading this, he slowly unravels him, and it is...
Yamato! We see the top half of Yamato. And then we have the third commenting that it's Yamato, although that's kind of odd since he knows him as Tenzo. Then we have, the fourth Hokage waking up from the impact of his blast, wondering what's going...
And finally we catch up on where he'd been.
And he ended up landing on the top of his head, asking what's going on, where we see the Leaf Village in a Matrix-like style, everyone's being cocooned. Everyone actually is cocooned.
Yep. And so our chapter ends.
Yeah.
If this were the ending chapter for the volume, this would end it on a pretty good cliffhanger. However, we still have one more chapter to go. Because of last volume, there was an extra chapter. So overall, it ends on a pretty good cliffhanger, I think.
Although it could possibly go on to 2 more chapters, depending if he wants to make it a 12-chapter volume, and then that way 6 6180 will be 6181 will be the first chapter of the next volume, and ending at 690. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think there's like at least three things to discuss. So yeah, Yamato, the Hinata controversy, and Team 7. I believe there are at least three things we can discuss about.
I have some big words to say about the Hinata controversy, but we'll get to that one.
And we just start off with the Yamato first, since this is like the first chapter he's actually shown to be in like 162, I think. I don't know.
Okay, what about it?
160, 170, something like that.
I don't know. Anyway, even though it seems like Spiral Zetsu's releasing him and he might be just cocooned, part of me wonders if Spiral Zetsu would be told by either Black Zetsu or Madara to keep him still as a source to like increase his power and use his wood style thing to try and break open the Susanoo Sasuke's using or deal with the Edo Kages.
Hey, bitch! Did I tell you to release him? Well, but I know. No, I didn't, did I? You get your ass back on possessing that body. Now!
Because it doesn't really... Because I think we're after so many... 3 years of not seeing Yamato, we should probably see him doing some importance. Because, come on, he is one of the major characters in Part 2.
He's also supposed to be originally part of Team 7, so was Sai, but since Sasuke came back in, he decided to take the spot back up again, even though he doesn't want it. There is no love for him. Oh, Sasuke!
But I am kind of... Because I'm kind of curious about the two remaining Zetsus. I mean, who are they going? I can predict Black Zetsu fighting Kakashi, but I'm curious what Spiral Zetsu will do, because I think he's gonna be a threat to someone among the Team 7, but I'm not sure who. In fact, I think it'd be kind of cool if Sakura ends up saving Yamato. Anyway, we should get on to the next topic.
Everyone's like, we don't want to hear about that shit. What about the Naruto Hinata moment, the Narahina moment? We want to hear about that.
Yes, that's what I was getting to. A big so-called Naruhina moment, which is pretty much the only bit in the chapter I got annoyed with, really, because Hinata once again said Naruto-kun. I mean, seriously, why, Mr. Kishimoto? Why do you keep doing this to her?
I myself, I keep trying to give it a chance, to give Hinata a chance to do something beyond the pairing fodder. And I'm always disappointed. Every time. Literally, people joke about saying, like, oh, you could basically sum up Hinata's character with one word, Naruto-kun. Now, I didn't believe that for a while. Now I do. Because that's all she ever thinks about.
I'm seriously hoping... Sorry. You go on. I'm seriously hoping that we at least see her use the twin lion fists on someone and actually hitting them.
Oh, no.
Well, as for this so-called moment, I am calling bullshit. It's not a fucking moment. Let's take a look here. She says Naruto-kun, and in the next page we get a reaction shot. But they're not even fucking interacting with each other. That does not count as a moment, my dears. Okay, let's take an example if you want to argue this. In Star Wars Episode 3, as soon as Order 66 is given out, every Jedi in the effing galaxy starts dying, one by one, and Yoda starts sensing them all. And now in the last shot, we get a shot of a female Jedi named Alia Sakura, and I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong, but anyway, she dies.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the next shot we have of Yoda, he drops his cane and clutches his heart. Does that mean he loved her? No. It means he's sensing every effing Jedi dying, and he's fucking broken up about it. He senses the living pain and suffering, and he knows there is nothing he can do because he's so far away from each of them. Now,
I have to admit, Order 66 is one of my favorite scenes in Star Wars. Anyway, carry on.
So taking that into account, Naruto's reaction makes sense. He is trapped under there, and he knows he can do nothing about it. Of course he would make that reaction. It's a big effing coincidence that it just happens to be after Hinata says Naruto.
I have 3 things to say about this.
What?
3 big things. 1, when has everybody forgotten that Naruto, cares about everybody, not just Hinata? He cares about everybody. Okay, just a simple fact that, okay, for this to be a Naruhina moment, 3 things has to occur. 1, Naruto has to be so fucking OOC and forget everybody else that has been taken thanks to the jutsu and only care about Hinata. 2, he somehow has gained telepathy with Hinata only and somehow heard this in his mind because she didn't say anything. Her mouth was shut.
He only has tailed beast telepathy. Only he can communicate with the tailed beasts and their Jinjuriki.
Yeah, and 3, the fact that Senjutsu has never been known, that Senjutsu has he can sense people. I mean, everybody. He doesn't. Really
he sensed everyone fighting in the war earlier.
Yeah.
And early on, during the Pain Invasion, he sensed that Kakashi wasn't there. And, he asked, did he go away on a mission? And Tsunade doesn't even respond. And he says, I see.
Yeah. So that's a problem. 2, why is this not ambiguous? I mean, truth be told, this is more ambiguous than the last 2 chapters. But no, everyone wants to play the ambiguity card with the last 2 chapters. Oh, Sakura, I see that you just really do love and care about Sasuke, but it's a different kind of love since back then. It's completely different. I know it is. It may not be the same, but you still care about him. You still want to save him, and you're just a kind girl like that, despite all the shit that he's done to you. Oh, that's just too ambiguous. You don't know what Kakashi means. But this chapter comes along, and obviously the first thought that people go to is, oh my god, Naruto and Hinata had the psychic telepathic link that only Naruto could hear, and he OOC'd by not caring about anybody else but Hinata, professing as he's going to try to save her, I'm in love with Hinata. My girlfriend's in danger. I gotta save her.
The Naruto Wiki even put that stupid biased section down. Narutopedia, the most biased Wiki site ever created.
Yeah. Made by Naruhina fans for Naruto fans. Okay. And the third biggest thing... I forgot. I know there's a third one.
That's why you write these down.
I just come up with stuff on the spot right away.
So for me, bottom line, Naruhina fans, it's just a big fucking coincidence. It is not a moment. They aren't interacting, and we haven't proven...
Oh, yeah, I remember what the third one is. This is coming from the same people that logically saying that in the last chapter, okay, and it's exactly the same. You see Naruto and Sasuke tackling the meteors. Or meteorites, I guess, I don't know. Attacking these giant rocks with both their powers. The last panel is a close-up of Sasuke on a Susanoo, and you see Sakura looking up and saying, Wow. To that kind of logic, these people that says, "Oh, well, then she must be admiring Sasuke's uh Susanoo," and like, and you mean to tell me that she's only paying attention to Sasuke and she's not paying attention to Naruto's powers whatsoever? Come on.
I mean, they're impressive. I mean, she can. I mean, why she can probably destroy. I mean, she's not mountain scale. She's not mountain scale power, though. I'm not sure she will be. I'm not sure she will be able to crush mountains at some point. Who knows? Given how strong her monster strength is, but this is the strongest she has ever seen those two be. And, you know, she looks up to both of them in a sense, because it's her goal to stand by and fight with them.
Which, by the way, people bring up the whole argument of panel placement. Or Kishimoto did it on purpose because of this panel placement. And I says, okay, well, why is that important? But when I talk about how, I don't know, when 662 and 663 occurred, and you see Naruto and Sakura mirrored against Karen and Sasuke, and you don't think that has nothing to do with each other? Really? Like, there's no panel placement in that one? Like, that meant nothing? That was just coincidence that just happened? Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you goddamn hypocrites. You know, every one of you. Well, not every one of you, but, you know, most of you.
Well, I would have thought they were parallels, but I suppose mirrored would be more sense. In fact, isn't there still a bunch of people on Heaven and Earth whining that people saying that how Sasuke Karen has been parallel to NaruSaku, blah, 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 blah. Well, then again, about half of the NaruSaku fans on Heaven and Earth are whiny and complaining all the time.
And I know just the person. You can see my face right now. It's a big smile on my face.
That reminds me, I haven't really seen Affik on Heaven and Earth these days. Has he given up or something?
Oh, I don't see, how do I pronounce her name?
Ciadra?
Ciardha?
Yeah, what about her?
I haven't seen her in a while either. And she used to be one of the old members. I mean, like, she was there even before I was making these big, long-ass posts. You know, now she's not there, and I had to fill the role.
She's still in Tumblr, and but she follows me, and I follow her on Tumblr, and she has given a lot of praise
follow you follow me. I don't know why.
She was probably like the oldest. Well, besides being one of the older members, I believe she was also one of the oldest because I think she's about 47 years old. So she has like a lot of experience, and she's read many mangas. And I believe that Mr. Kishimoto's has been one of the ones that's impressed her the most.
Yeah,
especially with Sakura's development. I believe she, and I believe she does not believe that Mr. Kishimoto is sexist. And I believe probably like half of the users on Heaven and Earth probably think so. I bet you half of them think so.
As we said before, this is a male-oriented manga, and of course, the males are going to be the more dominant. It's not sexist, it's just the way it was written.
True.
Well, James, it is the shonen genre after all. True, there are some female-centric in shonen, but they are so far and few between, and emphasis on far and few, that it's almost worth not bringing up.
I mean, if this is sexist, I'm going to claim that Disney Channel is sexist because every single time the females are always depicted as these smart, intelligent girls and the guys are these dumbass jocks that have no clue what the fuck is going on, which is not true at all.
Well, there's Wizards of Waverly Place that actually had the older brother, Justin, as the smart one, and the sister, the dumb one in grades, but the smart one in sociality, and the younger brother Max, the dumb one in social life, and the sort of average one in grades. What?
Well, you sort of just contradicted yourself.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me just say, okay, the first one, Justin, was like the smart one, although he was kind of a bit sometimes silly when it came to social situations. Then there's Alex, who's the main female. She's sort of dumb and academic, but I believe she was a bit smart in in the social kind of way. And there's Max, who's dumb in the social way, but I believe did a bit average in the school.
Got it. Disney is sexist.
Yep. Anyway.
Wait, hold on. I still haven't finished. Anyway, it's not the Disney thing anymore. But anyway, even though Naruto's more male-orientated, there is still some things that Naruto has done that most other shonen don't do. Like, for one, he draws all the women in different body shapes and chest size, and he doesn't show them off for
and personalities.
Yeah. And
we got the strong female type. We got the obsessive crazy girl. We also got the obsessive shy girl. We got the quiet and out of the way girl. We also got the women's rights movement girls. So we got.
And not to mention, he has given even though there aren't many fights the girls get as much as the guys, he has 2 female Kages, one which has 2 Gekkei Genkais. Tamari is the strongest wind user, with the exception of when you're not including Naruto. Let's see, we have 2 female Jinchuriki, technically 4 when we count Kushina and Lady Mito. And also, the most powerful being in the Naruto-verse was a goddess, Kagura.
And she was evil.
That too, but hey, she's still the most powerful being, and she's a woman.
This is what happens when you make a female god. Gonna get hate mail for that one.
Although to be fair, nearly every superpowered male is also a maniac who's evil. With the exception of the sage and his brother, and Ashura, and Hashiyama and Naruto. But anyway, moving on.
Team 7.
What would they do? And the Edo Kages. Well, come to think of it, should we do with the start with the Edo Kages first? Save the best for last with Team 7.
Sure. Well, since it's basically their forces are in half. Only the Tobirama II and Sarutobi III can fight, although it's questionable about Tobirama.
Yeah, because we don't know. It's still trapped.
Yeah.
And it seems like only Sasuke can pull them out, or maybe and possibly Naruto. Although, who knows? Sakura got stabbed by one. She's still able to move, so maybe she could pull it out.
But poor fucking Minato, and without any fucking arms, he is goddamn useless at the moment.
He can gum him to death.
It's kind of funny. The two characters that could be considered the aces in Naruto, Minato and Itachi, have always been accused of being such failures, although Itachi always ends up getting praise, although Itachi says all he did was fail. And Minato pretty much get the literal sense of being beaten up each time and failing, saving his students, his family, and now losing his arms. The irony for Minato.
He's harmless, armless.
Yep.
So you think you go first.
All right. So at this point, definitely Sarutobi, and maybe Tobirama can go up and fight. But as far as Team 7, well, maybe Sasuke. I'm going to postulate the two theories here. Theory number 1, Sasuke and Naruto, and maybe Sarutobi go up against Madara and his shadows, while Tobirama, Sakura, and Kakashi go free everyone.
And possibly end up fighting the Spiral Zetsus. And the two Zetsus. On.
And the second theory, Sasuke fights all the shadows because only he can see them. Naruto can sense them, but he can't see them. So, Sasuke fights the shadows, and Naruto, and also, again, possibly Sarutobi stall Madara. Because the Infinite Tsukuyomi, it's been stated that it has a time limit. It can only be up for so long, and then obviously when it's done, theoretically no one should get out because no one knows how to get out of Genjutsu.
Let's see. Well, there's also a theory that I believe Chat brought up that's because according to like one of the data books, or I believe somewhere, it said that Sakura will bloom on the battlefield, and given her past of being told how much she's a Genjutsu specialist, even though we haven't really seen much since the early parts of part 2. This could be where she finally unleashes her Genjutsu abilities, or reveals her Genjutsu abilities, or somehow learns them, blah blah blah, I don't know how, and then somehow releases everyone from the Genjutsu. Let's see, I'm also wondering if this could be an opportunity for her to reveal that she can try and learn Slug Sage Mode, or something like that. Because we still have yet to see Shinkaku Forest and the third Sage Mode out of the Trinity.
Although I wonder about Kakashi's usefulness because, well, he doesn't have his Sharingan eye anymore. I mean, sure, he has presumably his original eye back, but without the Sharingan, 98% of his jutsu arsenal is gone. And only 2% left is his lightning and maybe the fire style jutsus that he possesses.
What about the earth style jutsu he has?
Shinobi can only have 2 types.
What happens if it's the earth style and the lightning style he has instead? Because I think he's more of an earth style and lightning style user. I mean, he's used that earth wall with the dogs so many times.
I guess, so... Yeah. Scratch that lightning and earth style jutsus in his regular arsenal. But yeah, he's pretty much... I mean, maybe in hand-to-hand combat, and maybe Genjutsu, although really, without that Sharingan eye, it's practically impossible to tell whether or not he actually knows a couple of Genjutsus that don't require it.
I'm curious if Sakura knows any. Be kind of cool if she actually does show some Genjutsu moves, don't you think? Would actually be cool if she uses any kind of jutsu.
It's a tough choice. Anyway, tough call.
Anyway, but we know that since all Team 7 members are the only living beings to survive this, unless some others somehow survived the Genjutsu, although that depends.
I'm going to laugh if Killer Bee survived it because of his sunglasses. And go, that's totally something any anime or manga would do.
Anyway, the fact that all 4 members of the original Team 7, the ones who are going to become saviors of the world, They each have a purpose, but we only really know Naruto and Sasuke's. Kakashi, I have the feeling it's going to involve Black Zetsu and Obito or some sorts. Or maybe perhaps being a bodyguard to Sakura. Sakura, we're not entirely sure, though. There are theories of her doing genjutsu, that involves genjutsu and all that. Kagura and that.
That is kind of funny.
What's funny? The Killer Bee stuff?
No, that I'm surprised the Naruhina fans are not pissed at the hindsight, the fact that Kishimoto has literally just taken out everybody who was not important to the story out.
Well, before I got on here, I read a post from a Naruhina Hinata fan on Naruto Base saying that no female in Naruto is really important to the plot, and Sakura's just a side character, more of a side character than a main character with a lot of panels. Which I think is,
Yeah, and Sasuke is just a side character with a lot of panels.
Technically, Kakashi would also be the same. I mean, truthfully, his biggest part of the plot, besides being the teacher of Team 7, is his connection to Obito, the longest recurring villain in the series.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, when it came to, fighting, Kazu or, members of the Akatsuki, it could have been Guy that done all those, but it was Kakashi instead, because Guy is just about equal or stronger than Kakashi.
We'll just have to wait and see on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It could go anywhere.
Yeah. Although, we're probably going to find out how the limited Tsukum no Me was released. Although, something tells me that the war will end on Naruto's birthday. Who knows? It's possible. What?
That'd be a great birthday present.
Although, really, it's sort of impossible to tell. I mean, you generally most manga artists don't say the months or the days or the weeks of which anything happens because, well, most writers cannot, as to quote TV tropes, most writers cannot do the math. Which is why J.K. Rowling has infamously pointed out, I can't do the math in Harry Potter. But that's another topic for another day. Anyway, so we don't know for sure if this is even the month of October this is taking place in.
Well, technically, Naruto said his birthday was tomorrow, so it's October.
When did he ever say that? I don't remember.
He said during his fight with Obito, when he teamed up with Minato. He actually said it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, then I must have missed it.
Anyway, Minato is still yet to give Naruto his birthday gift, and I'm curious what it is, though, at this point. Because I have the feeling whatever happens to the Edo Hokages, Minato will at least get to give Naruto this gift and then pass on. Anyway, I think another possibility that Team 7 might retreat for a while, to prepare to counter-strike. Get prepared, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Where the good guy retreats for a while, they have this, oh my god, the world's ending thing, possibly saying that all their friends and family. I wonder if Sakura will make any references to her parents that are probably stuck in the Genjutsu. That makes me wonder. Because the parents are stuck in the Genjutsu. Well, everyone's stuck in the Genjutsu, but...
Yay, RTN.
who knows? We might get some like sort of emotional talks between the members, and then we have this like them coming back in this sort of heroic like stance, all prepared, all dressed up, ready to go. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Then defeat the bad guys. But anyway, let's see. This is a kind of prediction I do not really think will happen, but if it did, I think this would be pretty cruel on Mr. Kishimoto's part. Where Madara could somehow, while release some of the ninja from their cocoons, not while still under his control, force them to fight the members of Team 7, like Sakura ends up fighting Ino, Shizune, or Tsunade, Sasuke, Taka, because they're pretty much the only ones he does care about besides Naruto, but although he wants to kill Naruto, but the Taka members he wants... What?
Although a stab to the heart says otherwise, but anyway.
Actually, Sasuke gave the most sincere apology you can give in Japan. Apparently, apparently he was pretty much. Apparently, whatever apology he did, he was like begging for forgiveness or something. Which is kind of a big deal because he never does that. Hold on, now I'm trying to find the word. For life, let's see. For life, probably has. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. I'm trying to find the word.
So anyway, prediction here: Madara just while he's still controlling people, hits them up, sort of as a cliche thing to do to pit them up against their loved ones.
Yeah, but still, I kind of like it. I kind of like that idea, but I doubt it will happen. But who knows?
Because I mean, the only way that'd work is one of two options. One, if you, I don't know if any, James, you probably have seen Justice League. I don't know about you, Bluestarsaber. Like the cartoon Justice League, produced by Bruce Timm.
Yeah.
Well, in one episode, where Wonder Woman is collecting these gems to free Themyscira, they find this one gem in a museum, and her and Superman duke it out without ever realizing that they're actually fighting each other. It's because the gem projects an image that they're fighting a monster rather than they're fighting themselves. So what I'm saying is Madara could do that. He could, while he's controlling their loved ones, he could make them see that they're fighting a horrific thing, whatever it may be, like a giant bug, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Naruto, Sakura.
That's the one where they figure out they're not the monsters because they saw the reflections in like water and stuff like that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so when Sakura go, stop! No, it's us! And of course they can't listen, or rather, all they hear from the quote-unquote monsters are. Or option number 2. If you guys ever seen the Robot Chicken sketch where Anakin murders all the children, he decides to delude himself and that he's in a field of flowers, and that apparently he uses his lightsaber to cut him. Now that's morbid, but Madara could possibly do that. Put him in a trance-like state where they're so happy and carefree and willing to do anything.
Uh-huh. Anyway, the word I was looking for is called Sukamakata, which apparently isn't a simple sorry. Apparently, it was a sort of begging for forgiveness that Sasuke said to Karin.
I suppose, but when you beg for forgiveness, usually you also bow down and bow your head.
Well, I don't Well, Sasuke, I don't think Sasuke would go that far, because, you know, because, you know, what the Hokage said, in the ninja world, those who bowing their heads is considered weak. Because, you know, Sasuke is about strength and power, for most part. And it's only
I guess, but still.
Yeah, and it's only taken the flashback of the first Hokage for the Hokage to realize that that might not be the case, because when he saw her, you know, because everyone saw Hashirama bowing to the other Kages. Kind of nice. I have to admit that was. Anyway. Let's see.
So, yeah, those are the predictions for what Team 7 may or may not do.
You know, I do have another one that sort of, like, combines the Yamato and Sakura releasing Genjutsu. Sakura somehow frees Yamato and then works with Yamato's wood style and her and whatever Genjutsu powers she may have to release everyone around the world using, because you kind of get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I have to admit, this chapter caused a lot of paranoia.
Not for me.
Not
for me either. Not for about... Huh?
And I was about to say, and especially not from you, James.
Everyone's like, what about the Naruhito moment? I'm like, what about it?
You know, there's also this other thing. I believe some people, because of how Hinata was, like, trapped, have been accusing Mr. Kishimoto as being sexist. Or did we just do this stuff? Yeah, we did
already
this stuff.
discussed the sexism.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
The alleged sexism.
Yes.
Yeah, alleged sexism. He hates men.
Yeah, everyone's telling me, did you see the Naruhito moment? And I was like, what Naruhito moment? And they pointed out, that? Bitch, please. Anyway. If you think that's a Naruhito moment, then you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Anyway, even though this topic is it's probably not really appropriate to discuss for this podcast, but yeah, still people in heaven and earth that saying Sakura is still being obsessed with Sasuke over last week's chapter. For the record, she's only really thought of Sasuke 3 times in this war. 1 was the tent scene. 2 was when the team reunion. And 3 was when they were teaming up to take on Madara. And each 3 has been portrayed as negative. First was Sakura thinking of Sasuke as not a great guy. Second was her not trusting him. Third was she was confirming that Sasuke does not care for her. I mean, for everything else, she's been more focused on Naruto. Let's see, the Edo Tenseis. Let's see, the Zetsus. Let's see, her comrades and teachers whenever they're in trouble or she interacted with them. Let's see, what else? Oh, and Obito and Madara's eye. No comment?
I don't want to comment.
Well, okay.
I don't want to comment because nobody's going to listen.
He hates having to repeat himself, people.
It's not even repeating myself. It's just I'm so sick of, like, I could spend like hours trying to calm people down, try to use logic and everything like that, and then next week it starts all over again because of some stupid thing that they take the wrong way.
They're just so deluded. I have to admit, the only fan base I consider worse than the Naruto's is the Star Wars fandom, when there's those who think George Lucas raped their childhoods.
You have yet to see the Harry Potter fandom.
I know what the I know what the Harry Potter fandom is like, but from my personal experience, the Star Wars fandom is worse. But who knows? I might be wrong.
I don't know. J.K. Rowling controversy going on.
Oh, you mean with the?
Yeah, especially what she did recently.
You mean with the whole Ron and Hermione shipping war?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truthfully, if you ask me, that was the most. That is probably could be. If you could say she's done at least one foolish thing, if you're only ever going to admit she's going to do one foolish thing, that would be it. That is the most foolish thing she ever done.
Or is it genius? I mean, what sells more books than a huge controversy? I mean, especially like me being an artist and stuff like that, one thing we're always taught is if you can't amaze people with your artwork, piss them off with controversy. Make something that's like anti-religious. They will freaking buy it just to hate you, and I'll be like, they'll curse your name out. You're like, okay, but I still got your money.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Actually, there isn't.
Grand Theft Auto is a testament to that.
It reminds me of Code Monkeys. You ever see that show?
I saw it.
I don't know.
Where Mrs. Reagan like went up to like Gameavision and says, "Oh, you have to put these stickers on your games, right?" And all the nerdy kids are like, "Is this really what's in the game?" They're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Sweet! I want to buy 3."
Now, this makes me wonder. You think this might, because since controversy caused more people to pay attention, you think this is one of the reasons George Lucas purposely altered the films besides wanting to change something?
You mean instead of adding walkie-talkies?
Well, technically, he never added walkie-talkies.
He did the
No,
ET.
but yeah.
That's Spielberg.
George Lucas had a hand in it too.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Personally-
now, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was going to comment on that 10 minutes ago, but I got sidetracked. Anyway, personally, I don't really mind if the author himself changes the work. It's when, like, other people change the work. Like what Studio Period did with Chapter 437.
Hinata's confession.
Yeah. And how they made her land a hit on Pain when she didn't land a hit on Pain.
Or like when she tried to pull the rods out of Naruto, even though like she did no such thing.
All those bloody flashbacks. As much as I like flashbacks, I don't want flashbacks that were never expanded upon, that were never even shown in the manga.
I will say this. It at least made her semi-competent. Not all the way, semi-competent. She at least lasted a bit longer than in the manga. All it was in the manga was one panel of her flying, and then Pain kicks her ass into the ground. So at least it made her a bit more competent.
Yeah, though they probably made her a bit too much, if you ask me. Because now people go, oh my god, Hinata. It's like they forget the big epic sorcery fight Sakura did. Which that reminds me. Next week's episode, wait, actually technically there's no episode next week, but the next episode includes the two chapters that involve the death and apparently the handhold. While this seems that this cannot make them do the same bull, that they did with 166, do you think they might try to expand Hinata's role somehow?
Oh, chances are they'll do something.
Even though I'm going to expect that, I'm more worried about what they're going to do with 632 and 627, because the part when it comes to carrying with the Sasuke and carrying re-interaction, they might overblow that. Even though I think that was bad timing with the humor. I think we don't know if Studio Parrot is going to overblow it and make it much worse than you could say it was, but blah, blah, blah. And when it comes to that little panel of Sakura blushing in 632, you think they might make it Sakura more fangirly-like in that thing.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, so far they've kept Sakura pretty much spot on.
Although they did do this one extra panel during the Kage arc after the Team 7 reunion, saying, who should I heal first, Naruto or Sasuke, which caused her some hate by anime-only watchers, when she didn't say those words in the manga. Although I am hoping that they will expand upon 632 by making her...
How about people actually read the manga? You
know what anime watchers are like? They're too bloody lazy. Which is kind of weird, because you can actually read a manga chapter much quicker than an anime episode.
Yeah. Like, seriously,
Well,
no. No. If you spend your whole time just watching the anime, you deserve all the crap that you get. You deserve to be that miserable. If you're so unwilling to ignore the manga for the anime and get upset because of the anime and for whatever reason, you deserve it.
Anyway, where was I?
well, I started out on watching the. Let me say this: I started out on watching the anime, and I only got to reading the manga because the manga actually moved. The manga was actually leagues ahead. And I'm the type of person that wants to know what's going to happen before they actually show it. Plus that and waiting for a new episode every Saturday was just getting too damn tedious. But anyway.
Anyway, I'm kind of hoping that they will expand Sakura's butt-kicking, let's see, possibly Team 7 teamwork, and maybe the Tsunade training flashback that we had. What?
That seems likely.
Yeah. I mean, mainly kind of because, look what they did with the Madara fight with the Shinobi forces. They made it a lot more epic than it was in the manga. By the way, I heard they made the Ten Tails battle currently going on pretty darn good. Because I haven't seen it yet, but I want to, because when the Ten Tails first shown fighting, I was kind of disappointed, really. But I didn't really like how it went down at first, but who knows? Because sometimes the anime has done sometimes a better job than the manga. I mean, the Obito episode of when he sees Rin dying and has those emotional moments made Obito a lot more sympathetic to many people.
Oh, yeah, people can do whatever they want.
I have to admit, I did kind of cry. I did kind of cry when it came to those flashbacks. I don't know. Naruto just makes me emotional when it does a decent anime episode.
Okay.
When it does, yeah. I mean, come on, you guys probably cried when it came to that Kushina farewell to Naruto bit.
No, I don't watch the anime.
Oh.
I did. Well, I didn't so much cry as I got a lump in my throat. You know that lump in your throat?
Yeah, I think that's more of what I was getting. I was more teary-eye in that.
I wasn't crying. I had manly tears. These are manly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wait to watch it in English, though. But anyway. Japanese is one thing, but I don't particularly like reading the subtitles. Too many things to focus on. I gotta look down.
True. Although I have to admit, it seems like, for most part, the Japanese voices are better than the English. More emotional.
I think they both suck.
Is it because of what Studio Pierrot did with with the Hinata bit?
No, I just think they both suck. It's like the one anime where, like, I can't watch it in English or Japanese because they both suck. They're both
What, the voice actors?
like Naruto's voice especially. It's just so it's like a thousand nails on the chalkboard of my mind, no matter which version I watch. Especially when those scenes where he has to scream out Sasuke. Sasuke! Oh.
So does that mean you did not watch the Road to Ninja movie?
No, I did not.
Oh. You should see it. It's pretty good.
So he's heard.
As well you know.
There's probably only a handful of NaruSaku fans that did not like that movie. $10 says Doc didn't like it.
Dark doesn't like anything.
Yeah.
So
wondered,
well, I've come to the conclusion that there's some fans out there that are never happy no matter what you give them. They always find something wrong with it, so I've gotten to the point where it's like, you know what, just stop reading the manga. Just stop. Stop watching the anime, stop reading the manga, because you're never going to be happy. Go do something else. Go do something more productive. Get a job.
I kind of noticed that Bako Ni-chan, the Soul Eater fan on Heaven and Earth, right?
Okay.
I must admit, ever since the Sage of Six Paths chapter, she's been complaining non-stop. I've been just whining, if you ask me.
Just whining.
I don't know. When it comes to me, most fandoms and fan bases are whiny. Particularly the Naruto fandom.
Yeah. When Naruto ends, I wonder what the next big series is going to be with pairings.
And it's probably going to cause the same amount of bullshit somehow.
I just wonder what the next big series over here in the US, period. First it was Sailor Moon, then Dragon Ball Z, now it's Naruto.
Probably people say it's going to be One Piece, although that depends if people will ever to get out of their heads about how awful the 4-dub version was, or whatever reason they didn't like One Piece.
Because there's no pairing wars in it.
Yeah.
Because Oda didn't want to. He's like, if you want a pairing wars, go read a harem.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, when it comes to One Piece, the majority of fans cannot seem to criticize the dude. And always overpraising, calling him Golda, or saying he's a genius. Not that he's not an idiot or not, but they keep going on about those same things over and over again, and ending up bashing other mangas like Naruto.
I think Oda's long-winded.
What does that mean?
Because the series keeps going on and on and on and on and on. I swear, didn't we have like one arc was like 5 years? Something like that with One Piece?
Well, I think that's more of a saga, but I don't think there's an arc that has gone on that long in One Piece yet, although there might be an event that has gone on that long, because there might have been either the CP9 saga or the Whitebeard War saga, where the Straw Hats were separated for 2 years, and it was just focusing on Luffy trying to save Ace.
Well, I don't know. I say at the rate Oda writes the manga, it'll be 20 years before it ends.
I mean, the first half took 13 years and 597 chapters to do.
Did they even find the treasure yet? Or are they still going after that one?
No, they've only been on like the third new island in One Piece.
See, now I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh so hard at the ending where it literally is one piece of gold left.
Who's to say it's a treasure? It could be It could be ambiguously anything. Could be Luffy's hat.
The taking. I left it all in one piece. I would love it. I would laugh so hard if the final treasure is just one piece of gold. Give me one piece of anything.
I sometimes predict that it's going to be Luffy's straw hat.
Hey guys, see, the truth is there really was no treasure. The treasure's within ourselves. It's our heart that's the treasure and our friendship. And everybody proceeds to beat the crap out of each other because they're so mad.
Technically, Whitebeard has confirmed that One Piece is out there. Although, probably by the time it's revealed, there's going to be a lot of explosions. Oh my god, it should have been this. It should have been that. It should have been this. It shouldn't have been that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, I think we got as far as we can go with this podcast. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
So, final thoughts, and then we'll leave.
I enjoyed this chapter. I'm really looking forward to see how it goes out. I think Mr. Kishimoto will surprise us, of course. I mean, things have happened in ways we did not expect. I mean, at this point, I didn't really expect the Eye of the Moon plan to happen.
Well, I haven't been turned away. I was this close to one particular chapter. I was this close.
Was it the Hinata chapter? The handhold chapter?
No, not that. No, that was the moment where Sasuke gets fucking stabbed so goddamn easily when he was clearly shown to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just killed someone in pure rage. I had blood on my hands.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And I bet you all enjoyed the stabbing.
And I got $20.
Yeah.
I won $20 with that bet. He's totally dead. Not the Genji's $20 bet. Yeah, I bet right now. A couple weeks later, you son of a bitch.
Fuck. But anyway, I digress. This chapter is pretty good. I've not been turned away. I was this close once, but still, I am pressing on till the end. I want to see this. I've devoted so much time into this since 2005, I add. That's been 9 years coming September. But still, 9 years of my life. I am seeing this through to the end.
Yeah. We'll probably have another 2 to 3 years left.
Both in the anime and the manga. Yes, the manga will end first, but I'll keep watching the anime.
Oh, reminds me, I need to catch up on the latest Kakashi filler episodes and
so good. They're so good.
So I've heard.
Yeah, when it's not about Hinata or Sasuke, they're really good.
Now, I'm kind of hoping that the next filler arc we have will focus on Sakura, because that would be nice.
No, it's never gonna happen.
You mean because of how biased the studio is?
Bingo.
It would be they probably would have to if Kishimoto forces them to write it.
I don't think Kishimoto is going to complain to the studio who's animating his project.
I think he didn't like what they did with the Hinata episode, and I think he took charge when it came to Road to Ninja. So, who knows?
Yeah. Well, we don't want to do it like that. You will do it like that or I'll kill you! Fine. Why you gotta make Hinata such a bitch? Because he's opposite. Anyway, I thought this chapter was okay. I think people are flying off the handle too early and are being complete hypocrites, but yeah, I like this chapter. I am thunder. Okay, so I'm not afraid of anything that's gonna happen. I have no fear whatsoever. No, I'm not worried about Sasasaku or Narahina. I'm not worried whatsoever. And any of all these moments that are happening with them, these anti-moments, it's all for drama. It really is. It's a slow process, I know, and I know people were getting frustrated with it, but it's just for the drama.
Yep.
He's purposely, stalling it. I mean, if this really was like real life, Sakura probably would have gotten over Sasuke a long time ago.
Well, technically, it's still only like been a week since like the Team 7's reunion in the Kage arc, and this is only the second day of the war.
Yeah.
Although it's been 3 years for us, it's only been like 2 days for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and she's actually is quick. So technically, in their timeline, she's quickly changing her feelings in just 1 week.
Yeah. So, NaruSaku fans out there, hang in there. Please stop jumping off the handle. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, if Naruhina and Sasasaka were supposed to be canon, why didn't they become canon already? Okay, so, keep that in mind. Because obviously this manga didn't start NaruSaku, but it's going to end it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that said, I'm James S. Cassidy.
I'm Bluestarsaber.
And I am LKMJH, also known as Steve.
Saying cake or death.